cupboard and you got Cheetos. What are some practical tips for our audience out there? How do you navigate that?
One of the best tools is to have opaque containers, so ones that you cannot see through, and you put them not at your eye level, because we do tend, when we go into the pantry or to the cupboard, we open it up. Eye level is where all the good stuff is, because that's what we want usually. So take those opaque containers and put them below or above that, so that when you go in there, that's not the first thing that you see. And that tends to help, because out of sight, out of mind, right? It's also important to stock good for you snacks and options. Buy really good quality stuff. Buy pretty food, because we eat with our eyes long before we eat with our food, with our mouths.
What's some of your pretty food, Renee?
Well, I like cheese.
Oh, I love cheese. Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's in a pretty container, or if it is, the ones with the colored wax, there's something about that. I don't know what it is for me.
Right.
Or when I buy, I tend to do a lot of sugar-free things. So if I buy sugar-free chocolates, I make sure they're pretty and not just a block.
Right.
Because we want to be able to enjoy the whole experience.
Right. And we all also want to feel, I'm picturing it as you're speaking, I want to feel special. Sometimes when I've been too strict, like I'm an all or nothing person, when I get too strict with myself, the reason I have failed at that is because I have felt deprived.
Yes.
And you're talking about not feeling deprived. Like I'll look over at somebody else's plate and I'll think, why did they get to, you know what I mean? It's like in my head. And so when we eat with our eyes, and I would see a box of chocolates and it wouldn't look different than anybody else's, but maybe possibly it's sugar-free, then I would feel like I'm not depriving myself. And I think that's what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. You can also do single serving things. I actually make ice cream without any sugar. And there are people who have had it and they didn't know it didn't have sugar in it.
Do you put like a stevia in it or something? Or
I use xylitol. Because it freezes in a soft way rather than that brick that you get when you make regular ice cream, after it's frozen for a while. So what I will do is I make a portion in a muffin tin. So I freeze it in the muffin tin and then pop it out and put it in a bag, so I know that's my portion.
Oh, wow. I like that. I like muffin tins for that, because, when we speak about eating, a lot of it has to do with portions. It's the health of it, that you didn't have sugar, and then it's the portion.
Yes.
Sometimes we think, oh, well, it's good for us. I can have like 3 muffins, but that's not necessarily true. So
it doesn't work out though so well.
Yeah. It's accountability, really, it is. And so if you were say you went to a party and there was a big buffet, because buffets can be really hard. How do you handle that?
I have a couple of strategies for that. One is I have some rules that I follow for me.
Okay.
Right?
Good.
I decide what's in my best interest and I stick to them.
Okay.
So say things like, I do a reconnaissance round, the buffet. And I look for what I want and what I really will enjoy. And then I go around and collect those things.
Right.
I also try to use a salad plate rather than a big plate. Because there is something about a whole having the entire plate full. And if your plate is smaller, you're not going to get as much stuff.
Right. And what I like about it, what you just said, is it's intentional. So when you get to the party, sometimes the reason I've fallen off is because I really don't have a plan. And then my eyes, like you say, we eat with our eyes. My eyes will see that, all that food, and I'll just I'll start making poor choices in the moment because I have not intentionally come with the decision. So you're saying that you come with the decision that you're going to cruise it, go through and look at it all and then decide.
And that way I get what I really want rather than saying, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty. That's
I know.
pretty.
Hey, that's me.
and end up not being able to have what I truly want.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, what would you say? What's the number one reason diets fail? And then I want to go into what you feel is best for an audience. So I'm not one that thinks Weight Watchers is for everybody or keto's for everybody or whatever's for everybody. I kind of feel like you have to find your own groove. And so tell us one of the reasons diets fail and then your philosophy on somebody finding something that works for them.
Okay. The number one reason diets fail is because we look at it as a short-term fix and not a long-term solution.
Absolutely.
We tend to go back to eating the way we always did, and that gets us the results we always got. So that's not real helpful for us because in so many months you'll end up having to do it again.
Right.
And my philosophy is the most effective diet is the one that you will follow.
Oh, yes.
Right? So if you can stick to a particular one, do that. It's sort of like my 2-year anniversary of losing my weight. I had to find another way because I could not stick to that diet because, again, tired, cranky, and hungry all the time. It wasn't a good combination for me.
Right, right. And you know what? One thing I have appreciated about I've been in Weight Watchers. It's not necessarily a diet because a diet sometimes constitutes to me going on and going off. But I call it more of my lifestyle. I have a new lifestyle.
Yes.
So, yes. Okay,
you make it a lifestyle.
Yes, I love it. We're almost out of time. Tell our guests out there how they could get a hold of you and learn more about you.
They can go to packyourownbag.com or find me on Facebook at Renne Jones, packyourownbag.com. And we do have a special offer for them.
Oh, wonderful. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. I created a video. I do an exercise called the compass, and it helps you realize what you most want or need. And if they will go to packyourownbag.com/friends, then they can watch that. They can watch that video.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And the video, remind us again what that's about.
It's an exercise called the compass. Because Lorraine, when do you need a compass?
When do I need a compass? Well, I'm in real estate. There are oftentimes I need a compass.
Yes. And very often when you're lost. So if you can get back to your compass, then you can stay on track.
Right. Oh, I like that. I like that. So the compass. Great. Well, if you have any questions about our show today, please contact me by heading over to my website, lorrainehoving.com. Here you can sign up for my email list to find out what is happening in my never too late ever world. Or you can sign up for my top tips on living an extraordinary life. And in closing today, Renee, because Renee's coming back next week, and we're going to dig into a little bit on the keto diet, which I've had some questions about. So we're going to dig into that next week. But I have one more question for you today. What do you believe is the single most important character quality that will produce resilience, whether that's resilience in marriage, resilience in keeping with a healthy lifestyle? What would be an important character quality that produces that?
Patience.
Patience. I like it. And explain how does patience work for us?
Well, I think patience gives you an opportunity to step back and think about what you've heard or seen and evaluate your partner or your situation in light of their best qualities.
So it's and patience is the reason I like that word is because it seems not so emotionally attached or charged.
Exactly.
Sometimes when I'm impatient, it's because I'm charged. And patience in allowing somebody else to be themselves, patience, whether it's losing weight and not, not wanting everything at the same time. So I love that.
Good.
So thank you, Renee, for coming today. And I look forward to talking to you next week. And remember, everybody out there, there are some practical tools to help us maneuver, whether we're going to a lunch or a party. There are practical tools that we can put in place so that we can live our life with intention. And that's the beautiful part, is living our life the way we would like to construct it. So I am so excited that you were with us today. And remember, please remember, it is never too late. It's never too late to lose weight, to go after your dreams. It is never too late to live a life of purpose. It is just never too late ever out there. I want you to know that. I'm excited to see you all back here next week, where I'll have Renee with us again. Thank you, Renee, for being our guest today.
Thanks for having me.